much for my taste, but it is inspiring to hear somebody come back from the brink like that.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You were thinking about Max on skates, weren't you?
Well, would you look at that? Another caller on the line. What are the odds? Better take it.
I don't see anything. There's nothing here. Okay, there it is. Who's it this time?
Time to turn the music off.
Oh, my bad.
Welcome back to 189.16, The Scream. This is Forrest Nash. How are you tonight, caller?
Tell us your story.
Doing okay.
Oh, it's
I
Carrie.
made it home safe.
Carrie!
Carrie.
I just wanted to thank you for doing what you could earlier.
Carrie.
Not everybody made it, and, I don't know.
Hey, it's okay. You were so brave
So
earlier.
Carrie was the one
You're safe
that
now.
I
all
wanted
the
to ask
teens
you
were
why.
escaping. Well, not all. I think
Why he didn't?
Jimmy died. I think Jimmy was story
Why am I?
had to die, but the other two,
Carrie?
it was my
Why?
decision that killed him.
After
That is what I was
he
wondering.
did.
Why did he let her go?
Why let me go?
I was very like,
Maybe he only wanted to hurt
yeah,
the
maybe
pranksters.
that. It has to be someone she knows.
Maybe. Did he just think everyone was making fun of him? Did he always hate these hazing rituals? I mean, if he did, why wait all these years to...
It is
Why
weird.
do this now?
What was it, Clive?
These
Italy mentioned.
stupid hazing nights have to stop. Carrie, you did so well tonight. Stay safe and rest. Help is coming to Gallows Creek. We just need to hold on.
I wonder if
Thanks,
they've
Becky.
made it to Gallows Creek yet.
Hey, Forrest? Could I request a song?
Of course, Carrie. What song?
Any song by Blast Processor. And thank you.
This next
We
one
got that one.
goes out to Carrie.
Do we have any more by Blast Processor? No? Okay, just this one. Okay, we'll play that. Aye.
You know,
that's
what
working.
Carrie just said has really got me
Weird,
thinking.
it wasn't working yesterday.
About what?
The whistling man left her alone. Why?
That's what I was saying.
must be
Why
a
was she
reason.
left alone?
When it comes to masked whistling killers, I don't think a reason is a key
And how do you
part
get
of the
out of
process.
Well,
The archives
it's something to
earlier
consider.
in the game. Who let him out? There's no
I
windows.
need to take a break. If you want to stretch your legs, now's the time. Just hit
Absolutely.
the Peggy button when you want to get back on air.
Can we... What all can we explore now? Probably the same. Vertigo Weekly. Exclusive first look. Died alone. Solomon Grundy. Born on a Monday. There's a killer on the loose, Force. He just told me to stretch my
not getting in
legs.
there tonight.
Okay, Peggy, I'm back.
Let's get going, Peggy.
Alrighty, we could run another segment or... Scratch that, Forrest. We have a caller.
Call.
Okay, Forrest, shut the music off.
You're through to 189.16, The Scream. What's your emergency?
Hello again, Forrest. Oh, that call.
Oh, is this the lady who requested the song from earlier?
Awful. Those poor kids. Still, I'm glad the girl didn't get hurt.
This is so weird.
Thanks for your concern. Are you in trouble? What's on your mind?
I wanted to ask you again to play my song, Forrest. You said you were gonna play it, but you didn't.
Your name was Dawn, right?
What, Peggy? Yes. Oh, I'll remember.
Yeah, that song got thrown out, didn't
My
it?
name is Dawn, and I wanted to ask you again to play my tune, Forrest. Long Ride Home? You know, the one that Peggy said she threw outside the window?
You must really love that song. If you're calling up to ask for it when you know we don't have it.
Well, I do love it. And I don't want to argue, but you do have it. It's just outside the window.
There's a serial killer on the loose.
That's really...
I can't just go outside hunting for a record.
I'm really sorry, Dawn, but we just
that's
can't get it right
ooh.
now.
She's
But
kind of strange.
wasn't the whistling man just at the old murder house? That's miles from the station. It won't take you a second to grab it.
Don, I'm not sure if you've heard, but there's something unnatural about this freak. He's fast. I'm not risking it.
Oh, but I think you will.
Oh, she has...
Forrest, Peggy, I'm calling with more than a request. I know something. I think I know who's gonna be next.
What?
Are you serious?
Mm,
Play my song, Forrest, and you'll find out.
She has to be
folks,
like a killer
Here's
or
some
the killer.
music for you while I think things over.
Stab in the Twilight.
Hope you enjoy this one as much as I do.
Such a perfect song to play when before I'm about to
Is
get
she
murdered.
serious, Peggy?
She's serious about hearing that song, that's for sure.
Peggy, I mean, is she serious about...
I don't know, Forrest, but we don't really have a choice, do we?
I mean, if it's just outside the
if
window.
she's telling the truth.
All right, I'll do it.
You're a good man, Forrest.
Let's go see if this
I'll
song that
slide
she
you the
wants to
key the
play
fire door.
is as good as what she says.
Wait, our fire door has to be unlocked?
Yeah, you know, I never thought about it, but yeah.
Huh.
We should talk to Reggie about that later. Anyway, I'll hold the fort down while you're out. Maybe I'll even get a caller. That could be exciting.
Yeah, good look, Peggy.
189.16. The Screw. With me, Peggy.
After I get murdered outside, you're gonna take over the whole thing? You get to fix that. Okay, let's go. Let's get out there, let's get that record. I'm assuming it's for this one.
That's not opening.
No? Hold on. Wait. Maybe it will now that I have that key.
Locked tight.
Okay, maybe not. Here it is. Wait, wasn't that person murdered over there?
You know, I hope she'll be happy when I'm brutally murdered by the Whistling Man
I'm sure she will,
out here,
because she is the Whistling
open?
Man herself.
alone.
That was him. That was him right there. Is that it?
Here it is. Long ride home.
Oh, he can get in over there. Oh. Oh, he can get in easily right there. And I think
Of
that...
course, it locks behind me. And of course the key doesn't work on this side.
Okay, okay.
Fantastic. Maybe there's another way back in through the basement. A door, elevator.
There's a basement?
Something.
Freight elevator only. How the heck do we get in there? Okay. Peggy, help. How did Forrest not see that, dude?
Looks like I'm gonna have to hunt around for some new fuses.
There's conveniently gonna be fuses laying around out here. Okay. 8:30. Does it matter where it goes in here? Gonna assume not. There we go. Oh, they're all the same. Okay. There. Now, I need one more. Be this one.
Bingo!
Okay. That didn't sound pleasant.
I could probably survive that fall.
Wait, where the heck are we? This isn't the radio station, is it?
Looks like the janitor's closet.
Ah,
What
janitor.
did Peggy say his name was? Clive?
Maybe I should go back and close this. I don't know how I feel about being in here.
Huh, there's a key.
Are you not going to
Just take
comment
that.
on any of this?
Might be important. What the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
What was that? Was that just that closing? Big Gallows Creek. Chucky, Kim, Rebecca. Hospital, gas station. Trailer park, power station. Call for donations to help Chuck Brody. Blah, blah, blah. Kevin Chuck. Brody suffered a career-ending injury as a victim of the festival disaster late last year. Post-road recovery, we are buying him some lottery tickets. Hopefully he gets lucky and can get back on his feet. Pun not intended. Drop tickets in the bucket below. Thanks. Where's the bucket? Staff surge at power station. Becca, Kim. Either he's investigating something or he is the killer himself. Peggy, I didn't die. I'm alive.
Isn't that such a good song, folks? And now for... Jesus, Forrest, you've been gone for ages. I thought
got
something
locked
had
out.
happened.
Something did happen. Clive, the janitor, might be Clive, the murderer.
I can go show you, Peggy.
What?
I'll start from the beginning. The fire door locked behind me.
Oh, it's gonna black out, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Whistling Man knows what we're doing, I feel.
Why did you heave that thing all the way up here?
Because the basement's creepy as hell, and I don't like standing around down there.
That basement was kind of
Fair.
creepy.
All right, let's run through this again. We have a creepy board you found in a creepy basement.
Yeah.
Made by our creepy janitor, who you think is the creepy whistling man.
Yep.
And on the creepy board are the names Chuck Brody, Kim Walker,
Oh, right there.
Rebecca Allen, and Aunt Williams.
Oh, we
Correct.
brought it up here.
And you think one of these people will be the whistling man's, Clive's, next target.
That's right. And we've got to find them.
You said there are 4 locations listed there too?
Mm-hmm, I
The
guess.
hospital, the power station, the gas station, and the trailer park. Clive
Gas
must think the target is at
station.
one of those locations. Forrest, you're gonna have to figure out
There,
if any of the
there.
potential targets are at one of these locations tonight. Hit the button if you need any help.
I do.
How's it going?
Could use some help.
It's not going well. I could use some help.
Okay, let's review the basics. We need to work out who the next target is. There's 4 locations, right? And 4
Yes.
people. We need to figure out if anyone is at any of the 4 locations tonight. And if they are, we can call them and warn them.
How about we
There
just
must
call all
be
of them?
some connections between the notes.
That makes sense.
Great. Need any more help?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Sure.
How about we work on this
I
together?
think you should be methodical with this. Try grouping the notes by who they're about. You could
Okay.
also have a look at the dates and make a timeline. Maybe that will help rule out potential targets first.
Got it. Thanks, Peggy.
Okay.
No problem.
Former Gallows High football captain Chuck Brody suffered... Okay. Do this. Put that there. And that there. Marriage. Kim Walker. Okay. Wait. It's hospital, gas station. Do we have anything for a hospital? McCready Street. Contact agent now. Do you care about safety? And good. Then come down to the area convention. Get started. That's recent. Beep beep loot. I don't see anything else about him. So let's put you there. Okay. Do we can. Announcement. We would like to celebrate the marriage of Kim Walker and Peter Stein. Peter's not one of them. It shouldn't be an anniversary anyways. Boom. Shut down 24S. Inside information walks. The arrests were made. A number of gave up information. Information has to remain. Okay. How do you know? I can't. Wait, can I crouch? Yes, I can crouch. It was this year for the tragedy struck on the hours after the big wheel broke free and its support rolled through town. And what? It rolled? Okay. Festival. I'm not sure about this one. That's not really like a time frame that would work. Oscar High versus Quiet Ridge. That I only put there because Kim. Okay. Police have today finally put an end to the long-running car thieving crime syndicate. The arrests were made after a member gave up information on their co-conspirators to investigators. The informant who asked to remain anonymous and hereafter be referred to as R.A. Heat walked free with no charges. More on page 13. Arrest inside the informant walks free. Well, there's nothing really to link anything to anybody. Let's put you up there. What you? Contact Estate Agent Tyler Wallace. I don't think that was one of our people. No. Who else is on here? After a bus failed to stop and crashed into a fuel tanker, the deceased have been identified as Gallows Creek locals Mr. D. Rudd, Mr. M. Huden, Mr. P. Stein, Miss K. Stein, and Miss J. Millard. None of our people. It's asked for privacy for the families of the victims. The incident is not being treated as suspicious. I don't really think I have. Yeah, I don't have anything for that. Wait. That was a fuel station. Power station. Here we go. Let's move you right there. We'll put you up. Wait, let's read you first. Electric Power Station hires 20 new staff in record hire, 12 of which were students from Gallows Creek High. Okay. Could have possibly been one of them. Put you there. Power station. What's this one for? Quiet Ridge Health and Safety Convention, Tuesday the 1st, Sunday 6th. Do you care about health, safety? Good, then come down to the yearly convention. Get started career in health and safety advising. Learn about health and safety workplace featuring special mystery guests. Wait, what does it say? The lead engineer responsible for the Gallows Creek Harvest Festival disaster in 1972. Ant Williams and junior engineer Sean Everett were distracted talking about horror movies while assembling the big wheel, which led to various construction mistakes. They have been ordered to do community service for a total, no idea how long. Okay. These all here. Is there something about a hospital? Let's look at this. Crime syndicate impounded. Criminal operation shut down, 24 arrests inside. Informant walks free. Police have today finally put an end to the long-running car thieving crime syndicate. The arrests were made after a member gave up information on their co-conspirators to investigators. The informant, who asked to remain anonymous and will hereafter be referred to as RA, has walked free with no charges. RA. That could be Rebecca Allen. Well, Rebecca, where? We'll put you right here because we don't know what you're connected to yet. Okay, we got a hospital. What's this one? Oh, local legend takes to Manhattan. 1987. That's this year, right? Yeah. Infamous author of tell-all book Diary of a Car Thief. Right there. Moves out of Gallows Creek for a new life in the big city. She stole our cars and then she stole our time and money, said our reviewer Jim Randy last year. Put that with that. I'm just gonna put hospital with him. And then what's this? Local doctor Kim Walker recommends all locals get their flu shot ASAP. Flu season is upon us. 84 is no different to any other year. Make sure you're protected. Becca. Okay, that'll go with this. Maybe put this with here. Maybe she's, yeah, hospital. She's a doctor. This is what we'll do. And then we'll put 3 right here. Because I'm thinking maybe he won the lottery. And he got the gas station. And since she might have been a car thief, gas station, we'll do this. Put right there. That. I don't think Kim has anything to do with this. I think Kim might be safe. This is just about Brody, which might have happened then, especially because that paper looks old. Let's see, September 18th, 1972. What? Okay, no, that was okay. And that happened. When was the date on this? It's 1969. That is high school, right? Yeah. So he could have been graduated at the time. The 2-year investigation of the festival, so that was 2 years after. So that would have been, what was it? 71. Hold on. As far as I can tell, Rebecca's, besides him, who I just don't think is a part of this at all. So I'm not really gonna... 84, and there's no actual dates. We need tonight. And the closest I'm getting is November 3rd, which today's September 3rd. 12th, 19th, 11th, 22nd. Which would have been before that. Local legend takes to Manhattan. She could have put up for sale, and then by the way that goes, trailer park was sold before this. And then that happened, put it up for sale, and then it sold a year later. She might just be safe, I'm thinking. I don't... And then... But he is the one responsible, kind of. And then Gallows Creek Power Station hires 20 new staff. Carrie did nothing, and she was spared, but he went after the pranksters. And he killed the pranksters, but he almost got Carrie, but he let Carrie live. Vanessa earlier, was it Vanessa? No, not Vanessa. Whoever it was we had the frat go to. She said, Clive, I haven't told anyone, I swear. So she did something or knows something, and he was going after her. Did Murphy ever do anything? Mary Campbell, Keith Walker, Rebecca Allen. So she's trying to help people. She's technically already done what she did and possibly has paid for it. But couldn't Ann have also? And what's with the power station? Gallows Creek Power Station hires 20 new staff and record hire, 12 of which were students from the high school. Maybe Chuck Brody is working there. We're gonna go with Alan, or Ant.
How's it going?
Because he's supposed to be here for the next couple of days, so that's the perfect time.
I'm ready, Peggy.
Are you sure? We've only got one shot at this.
It's either Ant or
I'm sure. Let's do this.
even
Okay.
Rebecca.
Name first. Who do you think the target is?
Ant.
Aunt Williams.
And where will I find them?
Power station, trailer park, gas station, hospital. Maybe, no, she has to be at the hospital. I'm gonna assume the power station.
The power station.
Okay, I'm dialing.
That's
One
wrong,
moment.
isn't it? It's totally wrong.
Forrest, I'm through to the power plant, but
Thought so.
they say there isn't anyone by that name there.
What? Then who? Jesus!
It sounds like something blew
Whoa,
up.
what the hell was
He's
that?
using bombs now?
Oh my god. The call board. One moment.
What the heck just happened?
Forrest, I'm getting so many calls. Just let me... I'm gonna take us off air for a moment.
So where was he at then?
Peggy, what's happening in there? Peggy.
This is going
I'm
terribly.
back. He blew up the gas station.
Wait, why the gas
Forrest.
station? So he went for Rebecca?
Okay.
I spoke to the fire department and the hospital. The fire department is useless now, as you know. And, the hospital's only ambulance was at the gas station. Forrest, you've got to say something on the radio. You have to tell the town. I'm putting us back on air. Now.
Gallows Creek. I don't know how to tell you this, but, the gas station's been bombed.
Please, everyone, stay safe, stay inside, and... Oh, just bring us into some music, Forrest.
So why did he go after the gas station?
Here's some music while we regroup here on KFAM 189.16, The Stream.
So was it Rebecca he went after then? I'm just trying to figure out where in
There's gotta
here.
be more in the basement to show us who Clive is targeting. And if that's the case, we can get ahead of him. Stop the killings before they can happen. Forrest, we need to go back down.
By we, you mean
Yeah,
me?
you mean me.
Right?
Yep. Like I said, I need to handle all these calls. Maybe start with that creepy mannequin room you mentioned before. I still have a lot of questions about those, by the way.
Yeah.
Me too.
You weren't the one down there. What are you pointing towards?
A key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
What does that key go to? Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Hey, Forrest!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom.
What's this?
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Yeah. The hell's that behind?
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a
Motherboard.
play.
Maybe that? Let's open this. Wait, come on. Open up, you piece of shit. There we go. Jesus.
George Barrow, 1968.
George Barrow, okay.
That's when this all began.
Is that a battery?
Follow the maps. Find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
Wait. George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking.
Where? Down there?
Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes.
What tapes?
I guess
What
that's what
maps?
this map is about.
This map?
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something. Do you think you found everything, Forrest?
I think there's gotta be more down here. I need to find all the tapes.
You think so? How much did Clive hide down there? Well, if there are more tapes, then there must be more maps to follow, right?
That seems to be the case.
All right then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
It's over here. No. Can I go in here? Yeah. Whoa.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject
Next
has been
one.
deceased for
Documents
5
and a
hours.
tape by that.
That puts the time of death.
Whoa. Okay, this is getting really weird now. Next one is wherever that's at.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage.
Okay.
Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
This looks useful.
4 a.m. A call was received from a jogger. With Sandra Sharp reported that a body had been found washed up in the reservoir. I drove out to investigate and was able to identify the body at the scene as that of George Barrow. I contacted the coroner's office and then the boy's parents. They informed me that they had not been seen him since 7 p.m. on the 2nd. What's Clive's last name? Like, what is his last name?
Preliminary toxicology results shows no signs of inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found, indicating elevated levels of stress in the immediate immediate moments before death.
And there's a note and another one of these. I'm gonna assume over there.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm.
5.
It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Sorry I made
Now
you
this
do
has
this,
to be
Virginia. Whoa. Mal 15, the cause of death is established to be drowning as shown by the science asphyxiation. 2 blah 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 abrasions were found, injuries were observed, and from the coroner's opinion there is no evidence of foul play.
It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased,
By who?
resulting in a fall from a height
68.
into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk. Is that recording? Shut it off.
Who's that? And who's Virginia? Is that the Virginia Sullivan? So she's the one doing the thing. And wait, what did that picture show? Nothing, okay.
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
What the?
Yeah, what?
Man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those
Dumpty.
papers. One after
Interesting.
the other. Each headline about a murder.
Okay, so he was investigating as
Each murder,
one of my earlier assumptions.
the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary.
Okay.
None of us are innocent. But I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst. That I can.
Wait, wasn't Virginia the one that called us about the frat house?
Do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you. But that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say. That I should say. But my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I
Employer?
never spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
Okay, that's
What
interesting.
the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
I don't even know if I believe it.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Yeah, we
Poor
figured.
George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Yeah, she was the one
Seriously?
with the frat
Do
house.
you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know. Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
You know, I forgot to play the
Sounds
stupid
like
record
he was
from
running
earlier.
for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
Oh, that says differently. Wait,
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our
Mm-hmm.
coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants,
Virginia.
wasn't her name Virginia?
Yep.
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story.
Yeah.
Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
Does
A
that have to do
car
anything
door?
with the
Yeah,
car thief?
after he
stuff?
died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
Bruises, bones, maybe found
The
him on
written
that?
report I found doesn't mention it at all.
How did his arm get trapped in a car door after he died?
Unless he got it when the police collected his body, I guess someone else must have moved him after he was dead to where he was eventually found.
But the report, what is going
There's a
on
lot of
here?
mystery going on here. It's pretty
I
interesting.
found a police report.
Oh my God, I found
Mentions
something
a
else.
friend from earlier, Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
I remember reading that.
The reservoir?
Which is
Yeah?
up
What's strange about
northeast.
that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
Wait, where would foliage even
Reservoirs
be?
don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs.
Whistling
and got an
Point?
A. But yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found
Could've
somewhere
washed up from
other
Whistling
than
Point
what the
up
report
north?
suggests.
Through
that the
Deerfall Woodland?
Sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let something slip?
But man,
Something
there's
like
no
that.
foliage there.
I think.
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
True. But Sandra is still alive. Once we're done down here, we should give her a call.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
No, he got
Maybe,
murdered though.
But
It has to be
then
a
there's
killer.
this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded Virginia stop recording. I think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now. This is a conspiracy to cover up what happened
Then why
to
is
George.
someone murdering people?
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part
But why
in
would they cover
covering
up George's death?
death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the Whistling Man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting
Where's the
closer
gas
to
station?
Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was
Yeah, we
tracking
kind
them
of came
down
up
to save
on a
them.
solution.
Why didn't he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer
Gas and repair,
threatened his
maybe?
family if he spoke
Yeah, right
out
there.
about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people.
Unless
think he
Clive
found
is trying to make
everything?
us go on the wrong track.
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an
But
accident.
why? That's the
And
question.
they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
Thank God you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really. How are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
It's our job.
This is our job, Peggy. We gotta
What's-
do it.
What kind of song
You're
is this?
right. So, what's the plan now?
I think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her on the line.
Call her. Call her.
When you're ready, shut the music off.
Hello again, Gallows Creek. This is Forrest Nash. We're circling closer
A lot
to the
of
truth
stuff.
behind tonight's events.
A lot of stuff's coming together here.
To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
Fredman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you?
That's the radio man.
Yes.
I'm the radio man.
Plunker, hey, it's the radio man, Forrest Nash.
Radio man? What's up?
Solving mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
Trying to.
Right on.
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd.
Not a bad idea.
So
People are
we're
getting killed all of a
hanging
sudden.
out, bro.
Well, that's big of you, Plunker.
No, it's nothing.
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her.
Who is this?
Hey, Virginia, it's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
Makes sense.
I can't blame you. I'd be jumpy too.
I'm so sorry this happened to you, Virginia.
I thought I was. I thought...
Easy. We're not calling to talk about earlier. We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
Any guesses?
Well, can you think of any reason why you'd have been targeted?
No, I don't think so.
All right. When you were attacked earlier, you mentioned a name. Clive.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
Why so certain?
Why are you so certain Clive's the whistling man?
Because all those years ago,
It's okay, Virginia. He's gone. We found evidence to suggest well...
And we found your autopsy reports for George Barrow.
How? I saw him destroy them.
Well,
They're
he
still
didn't.
here.
I don't
We
know if
got
he
'em.
kept them or made copies or what, but...
So who's his
we
employer?
found
I want to
them,
know.
And we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
All right. One day, I came into work to find a boy on my slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man, Clive, he just burst in. And he started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no, but, well, when someone wants to make you do something, they can use the carrot or the stick.
Well, I think he got the stick.
For me, he used both.
Because
You
he's
see,
dead.
my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat, and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised me that his employer would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what he said, and that if I ever spoke about this, he'd beat me to within an inch of my life. I don't know why he had me do it, but my sister needed me. You have to understand, she needed me.
We understand.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
So,
God,
then
I
the
just
whistling man
want
is not the
this
same person.
nightmare to
I'm
end.
gonna assume.
This will help end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay safe, Virginia.
Huh.
So, Virginia's tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who?
I feel
Why
like
cover up
Virginia
these
might be
details?
safe since she said this.
Well, we know Sandra was involved in George's death. Do you want to call her?
I do.
All right, but before we go asking questions, I think we should know what we want to ask. Is that fair?
Yeah, we need to ask her about finding the body. She was the one who discovered it, but something just doesn't add up.
100%. She knows more than she's
Yeah,
saying.
because in the
I
cop,
wonder what
would
she's
Sheriff
hiding.
Matthews know?
We'll hopefully find out
Well,
soon.
yeah, no, he would. He
Anyway,
would know, but he's dead.
Just be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard. We don't want her to hang up.
I'll be careful.
All right, calling her now. Hopefully she's at her jazz studio. Aha! Forrest, you're through.
Hello, this is Sandra at Jazz Pizzazz Jazz Studio. Who is this?
And Jazz Studio's
Hello
down
again,
here.
Sandra! It's Forrest Nash of 189.16,
Right
The
there.
Scream.
Okay.
And you're live on air.
Oh, I always thought folks called into a radio show, not the other way around. How jazzy. What can I do for you?
We have questions.
Well, we're trying to understand what's behind the attacks tonight. We had a few questions.
Why, Forrest, of course. Heck, after the way you saved my life, I'd say yes.
Wait,
to
when did I
just
save
about
Sarah?
anything you asked.
When did I save Sarah? I don't remember saving Sarah.
Really? Well, that sounds nice. I might just call you back tomorrow then, too.
Oh, you got my number.
That I do.
But what about tonight? Is there anything you want to talk about right now?
Remember why we called, Forrest.
Of course. Do you know why the Whistling Man might
When
have
did I save her?
targeted you?
Ha! As far as I could tell, he was just a knife-wielding psycho with superhuman cardio. He'd have chased after anybody.
Right. Well, we think he might be chasing specific people. People who know about the death of a boy named George.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
Have you had to keep quiet about anything?
Play this
Any secrets you've had to
slow.
Oh, what would I have to keep quiet about?
keep? I don't know. I mean, could be that you've seen something or heard something.
I never saw anything. And even if I did, what would that matter? And it was years ago.
Sandra, are you okay?
It was years ago.
You just gotta tell the truth.
We know, Sandra.
You do? You know about?
Yes. Of course.
This studio is my life.
Wait.
After I found the body in the river, I couldn't lose my studio.
Maybe this one
Do
over
you
here?
understand?
Wait, no, she found it by the ravine.
Sure. I understand.
When the rent just kept going up, he said he'd stop if
What?
I just needed to keep quiet.
Who owns
And
the studio
everything
then?
was okay.
Who?
Sandra? Who was he?
He said, if I told everyone I found the kid in the reservoir instead of the river,
There was a reason for this killing.
I'm sorry. I can't do this.
And she's gone. I don't think that could have gone any better. You truly did great,
No,
Forrest.
we learned
Well,
some stuff
folks,
right there.
if anyone out there has any thoughts on what's going on tonight, please call in.
That's good timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.